Hello and welcome to AUCTV. I'm Hayiba Hussein and this is the Daily News Bulletin. After many complaints that led the catering, the 24/7 food outlet service on campus to shut down, as the time nears assembly hour, 1 p.m., all students rush to order their lunch, and the chefs are focused to deliver the best quality. As the students order their food, each of them grab their lunch and goes to sit with their friends on Abella's kitchen tables. Smiles and laughs are all the ears can hear, proving the excellence of the service provided to them.
هاي اسمك ايه؟ بقالك قد ايه بتشتغل هنا؟ 10 ايام بس؟ طيب في ال 10 ايام دول اكتر حاجه الناس بتطلبها ايه مثلا؟
الباستا والسلطه.
باستا والسلطه. ماشي ميرسي.
Abella's Kitchen hopes to stay in AUC for as long and is assuring highest quality to avoid any complaints from the students who are always concerned about food quality and hygiene. The Office of Student Wellbeing hosts a workshop demonstrating the most effective study skills. On February 27th at the Abdul Latif Jamil Hall, a counselor from the Office of the Student Wellbeing gave students a demonstration on how to study best. With the midterms approaching, students gather in class eager to learn about how to make the most of their studying time. The pressure students put on themselves during the exam period could backfire and negatively impact how they perform during their tests and the results they have been working hard on achieving.
First of all, you need to ask your professors about the format. Is it multiple choice? Is it an essay? Is it short answers? What is it? Is it a combination of everything? So science majors, your exams are different, right? Because they're all about solving problems and formulas and things like that. So also you ask about the format of the exam, what kind of problems you need to show your work, things like that. And ask about the material that's going to be covered, obviously.
Anxiety, for example, could push students to not eat for an extended period of time, or the opposite, overeating in an unusually short amount of time. Students should not sacrifice their sleep. It is during sleep that the brain stores and processes important information. A good night's sleep can also improve student performance on exams. Before taking an exam, students should try to be as relaxed as possible, which could also be achieved by listening to music or eating their favorite candy bar. Studying does not always have to be a tiring process. With the right attitude and set of skills, it can become something to look forward to. The Department of Music in AUC hosted a modern flamenco concert as part of its music program. The concert was held at the Malik Gobr Arts Theatre, at the Center of the Arts. Muhammad Abaza was the star of the show, along with Ali Abdelghani. For the hour-long concert, Abaza and his band performed a mix of original compositions and covers. The 5 musicians moved perfectly in sync, keeping the audience in awe of their harmony. Having graduated from AUC with a degree in accounting and a minor in music, Abaza went on to study guitar at the local centers in Cairo, and then proceeded to pass the UK-based Associated Board of Royal Schools of Music exam. Following their performance, the audience gave the musicians a huge round of applause. For the final performance, Muhammad Abaza played a piece called El Carnaval. This was all for today's bulletin. I'm Habiba Hussein, and stay with us for our interview segment. Welcome to our interview segment. We have an interview with Karim Dash, who created a robotic arm for his thesis project last semester. Karim is a graduating senior at AUC in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Hi Karim, welcome to AUC TV.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good.
Last project, you created a robotic arm as part of your thesis project. Can you please explain to us what your project was?
So, before talking about the project, I didn't do it on my own. It was a thesis project. We were a group of 6. The project is basically an robotic arm, as you said, that's used for amputees above the arm to have functionality similar to the functionality of a human being.
Before you started out the project, how did you envision the outcome of the project when it was just an idea?
Okay, so before starting at the project, it was a bit vague what we were going to accomplish, because this type of myoelectric technology that we used in our project didn't exist in the Middle East before, except in one case in Turkey like 2 years ago by a huge company that used highly advanced technology. So we didn't have any vision. Basically, we had a lot of prototypes as ideas, and we changed them.
Was the process throughout the semester tough, and what were the obstacles that you faced?
Yeah, we had a lot of obstacles. First of all, we are all mechanical engineering students, and a very large piece of the project talks about control and electronics and coding and stuff. We didn't have experience in this area. I was the one that was handling this area, so we had to outsource. We went to some of our friends in the CS department, so this was a big challenge.
What other resources did you have to use on campus? Like, were there specific tools that you needed that weren't on campus, or was everything available?
No, we had to. Our prototype is 3D printed. It's not the basic manufacturing tools that you know if you know what 3D printing is. So my colleague Yusuf Al-Faqi had a contact with an NGO called Enable, and they facilitated all the money and the 3D equipment. They paid for it, and they had the equipment.
What was the hardest part in assembling the product, the final product?
Yeah, assembly was a bit tough. We had a lot of problems even existed after we finished the prototype, because we used a basic mechanism for strings to actuate the fingers. So getting it assembled was a bit tough, but it worked at the end with some lubrication and stuff. It worked.
Were there any major obstacles that made you feel that at some point that you couldn't execute this project?
Yes, of course. First, can I go technical, yani?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so at the beginning we used a basic EMG sensor. It's like the EMG you use for the heart rate and so. It didn't have any accuracy in the signals, and it only was used for the forearm. But our project's edge was that we do it above the elbow. So using 3 of these sensors, we had to use 3 of these basic sensors to be able, but that was a lot and it wouldn't be accurate, so we had to use another sensor that we got from America, outsourcing also, so that was a challenge.
Who was your mentor throughout the project?
Our mentor was basically our advisor, Dr. Khalil Khodari. He challenged us with ideas every now and then, and other than that, we did it all on our own.
Thank you for your time, Kareem. It was a pleasure having you. That was all for our weekly news bulletin. I'm Habiba Hussein. Thank you for watching.